Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. This video I'm going to talk about obviously the fear of failure and what I try and do to actually try and overcome it. Before I start talking about how I try and do it, I'm going to talk about what I believe is the reasons why a lot of people perhaps struggle with attempting to do things, and they perhaps can't follow through on an idea or something, which they think might be a good idea. For me, I honestly believe that the greatest reason why people struggle with being perhaps the forward-thinking person, the go-getter that they want to be, I honestly believe that a lot of it is due to their upbringing. Yeah, it might be that perhaps your parents were very conservative, very didn't think that that you should perhaps do what everybody else does and follow the line, get a job, get an education, perhaps not try and be the entrepreneur that you desire to be. This, I think, for me anyway, is I believe this is the main reason. I think for us to try and move forward and do well and perhaps be the entrepreneur or be the person that we want to be, we need to break away from the negative thinking of a lot of people that are around us. It might be that you have somebody in your family that is telling you that perhaps what you're attempting to do is not going to work. It might be that other people have tried what you want to do and that it hasn't worked. You need to realise though that this is not necessarily going to be what happens to you. Yeah, for me, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had tried so many different things and they haven't worked. You know what I mean? They haven't worked. But the one thing I've got from that is that I've actually seen what the end result was, and I've actually tried. For me, if you don't actually try, if you've actually got something which you think is perhaps a good idea, but people around you are putting you off it, then surely by not trying, you are failing anyway. To me, the biggest failure is somebody who has perhaps got an idea. It might be that you've got a concept. It might be that it could be anything. It might be that perhaps you're thinking about developing an iPhone app. You might have an idea which you think is a good idea, but somebody else is talking you out of it. You need to realise and you need to tell yourself that you are a failure if you don't give it a go. Yeah. Try and think about times back in your life when you've actually had to try something which perhaps you wasn't good at, but you thought, you know what, I need to do this. It could be going for an interview, it could be anything, but something which you're not confident about. But because of your circumstance and because you obviously wanted to change your circumstance, you've had to move forward and give it a go. Well, that's all we're talking about here. All we are really talking about here is changing your direction and changing your mindset. Who are these people that are telling you that it's not a good idea? Who are these people in your family which are perhaps leading you in a negative direction? Who are these people who are telling you that you've tried something similar to that before, but it didn't work? These people are insignificant. Yes, they might have a valid point. They might perhaps have your best interest at heart, but it doesn't mean they are right. So, when thinking about, what path you're going to take, yeah, remember the consequences of not doing what you desire. Because if my channel is aimed at business, so a lot of what I talk about is obviously trying to obviously move forward in life financially and to obviously try and do more. You need to think about what the consequences are if you don't do what it is you're thinking about doing. Because if what you're thinking about doing you think could possibly move you forward in life, but someone puts you off it, someone says to you, don't do that, that's going to be a waste of time. What is the consequence of you not taking that action? The consequence is that you will be exactly where you are today. Yeah, exactly where you are today. You could look at me making my videos. People have told me that YouTube is no good and that it ain't going to work for you. And I honestly don't know whether it will or whether it won't. But for me, it's something I enjoy. It's something which I think has got potential. And it's something which I'm not going to let these negative people around me move me away from. Yeah. But this could be said for anything in your life, anything in your day. It might be that perhaps um, you're thinking about going for promotion, but people in your office have told you that the job you're perhaps aiming for is too high. Don't listen to those people. Go for that interview. Yeah, go for that interview, and try and get where you want to get. What's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is you won't get that job. So what? You've gone for it, you've tried, you didn't succeed. It could be in a relationship. I'm not a relationship counsellor, but if you look at it, if you look at another area, perhaps of your life, it might be that there's somebody in your office that you like and that you're attracted to. And somebody again in your office might have said to you, you're batting above you're batting too high, mate, you've got no chance. Says who? What's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah. The worst thing, in my view, would be that you didn't ask that um, lady to go for a meal, or you didn't try and get that date, and then your life didn't change for the better. Don't you see that if you try and succeed, the worst thing that can happen, can be that you fail. So what? I've been failing at different things all my life. I've failed exams before. I've failed, I've gone for interviews before and not got the job. So what? It doesn't matter. You need to overcome this fear of failure and tell yourself, it doesn't matter if I fail. Because for me, I know I'm repeating myself, but for me, your biggest failure will be if you don't try. If you fail to attempt the task which you know potentially you're able to complete. Now, the only other thing, obviously, when it comes to failure, when it really does matter, is obviously, in my view, you need to obviously weigh up the repercussions of the failure. If you're looking to spend loads of money investing it into a business, then perhaps you need to err on the side of caution, because obviously, failure, mental failure, in other words, if something happens to you and perhaps you don't succeed, but it doesn't matter, that doesn't really, it's not the end of the world. But obviously you need to weigh up the repercussions of your failure. Don't start gambling all your life savings on a business which, if you think it potentially won't succeed, you need to be careful. But this video really is to make you appreciate that most of the things in your life which you don't attempt, if there's no financial repercussions, if nothing bad financially is going to come about, if nothing bad is going to happen to your family if this thing doesn't work, then it doesn't really matter if you fail. It might be that you're thinking about a little business idea that you perhaps want to put a little bit of money into, and other people around you are telling you not to. You need to not listen to these people, because these people are the negative people around you. These people are the people that are really not guiding you, in my eyes, in the right direction. We need to ignore these people. We need to move forward. We need to try this thing that we're thinking about trying. Don't let negative people, steer you in the wrong direction. Start telling yourself to be more positive. Start watching videos on being more positive. Start watching videos on being more entrepreneurial. Start watching videos on how to be better. Start watching videos on how to become more great. There's loads of videos on YouTube. I'm not necessarily saying watch my videos, but watch videos which are going to make you grow. Because if you don't, then everything in your life will remain the same. Yeah? And you don't want things to remain the same. You want to move forward, you want to become more, you want to become better, and you want to obviously improve. All these things will only come about if you change your mindset. I hope this video has been of help to you. I hope you have got something from it. Please like, please subscribe. I really appreciate your view, and I hope to see you on another one of my videos. I've got a lot of videos on personal development. It's something which I'm really focused on myself. I'm always trying to improve, and all my videos, well, most of my videos are aimed in that direction. Please like, please subscribe. Thanks for viewing.